Welcome Internet to another Reddit Stories. This one's Tales from Retail. Just a bunch of stories about customers or managers acting really crazy. Alright, yeah, let's get into it. It's my fault a customer doesn't understand the concept of time. For some background, I currently work in a jewelry store that is most known for its swan logo. A customer comes in and requests to put a certain necklace on hold. I inform her that I can only put on hold for 48 hours, and at the end of the day on March 24th, the item will be put back and no longer be put on hold. She agrees, thanks me, and leaves. Fast forward to April 3rd. She comes back and the conversation goes as follows. She'll be C, and I'll be me. Hello there, do you remember me? You put that necklace on hold for me? Yes, I remember you. Unfortunately, that was the last necklace of that style we had in stock, and someone bought it yesterday. I can take your information and order you another one, but like I said before, it can take up to 4 to 6 weeks. If you'd like to walk around the store, I can help you try to find something else you like. What? I specifically told you to hold it for me. Yes, and I did. But as I previously informed you, we can only hold items for 48 hours. And at the end of the day on March 24th, the item was put back. Why? It's my item! Ma'am, you never paid for the item, so it's not your property. At the end of the hold period, it was just put back out. Would you like me to order you another one for you? I just need your name and a way to contact you once it arrives. No, it's mine. Why did you put it back out? I came right back! The last day of the hold was March 24th. It is now April 3rd. Our policy is to hold items for 48 hours. Would you like to look around and perhaps find something else you like? I came right back. Where is it? Let me talk to your manager. At this point, she screams at the manager for half an hour. She insists that she came right back, even though it's been well over a week. She demands to be given compensation for the necklace and swiftly gets put in her place by the manager. Fine, since no one here plans to honor our agreement with the customer, I'll never be shopping here again. Me, under my breath? You never shopped here in the first place. Yeah, we used to have customers like this about time-sensitive stuff in the pharmacy. I could tell you more stories about that, but it must be hell working in a pawn shop, because that's like your whole business is getting people to come in and pay you money by a certain time. Ugh. Anyway, on to the next one. No, you cannot bypass your PIN to get a negative balance. So, this just happened a few minutes ago, but it was strange enough to prompt me to post this. I'm also on a mobile, so formatting, you know the drill. So, I'm working nights at your friendly neighborhood 24/7 convenience store, and these two ladies walk in and start grabbing things off the shelf. Pricey stuff like cords, chargers, medicines, sunglasses, etc. They come up to my counter and dump it all there. I'm already kinda suspicious because I don't often have people grab that much stuff. Totaled about $120. Lady 1. Alright, could I get a carton of brand cigarettes and another carton of different brand? We store all of our cartons in a locked cabinet in the back, but I was by myself and I wasn't just going to leave all this junk sitting there while I fetch them. So I tell them, truthfully, that I can't retrieve cartons from the back while customers are in the store, but I'll gladly ring up 10 of each kind. She seemed annoyed, but just relented, and now it's over $200. She inserts her chip and suddenly goes, how do I just do credit? I don't want to put in my PIN. Sorry, ma'am, but the chip usually don't allow you to bypass the PIN as a security feature. Lady 2. Well, can't you just punch it in on your end? Yeah, sorry, but I cannot. The card must fail out on that end. But we want to do credit and go into the negative. I'm very confused now. I'm sorry? Look, just hit credit on your end and let us do it. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm already hitting it on my end. It's the default button to accept card payments on the register. The first lady is now very annoyed and starts swiping different cards that are either expired, decline, and one had a hold on it. Starting to think they actually don't own said cards. Lady 2, now very annoyed. Look, he's not even hitting the right button. We aren't seeing decline on our side, just see cashier. At this point, I've started moving the stuff off the counter and out of grab range, on the premise of bagging it up. I'm sorry, all I see is error card declined. Would you like to take some stuff off the till? They both roll their eyes while they're looking at me like I'm the one screwing with them. Just let us pay with credit. I'm sorry, but there's nothing I can do to bypass the pin. They finally just whip out a $20 bill and pay for the 2 packs of cigarettes, ripping them out of my hand and leaving in a huff. I get some weird people at night, but I've never had someone try to pay with money they don't actually have. So we're all thinking the same thing, right? That they had stolen credit cards. Because that's what it seems like to me, because they wanted the guy to punch in the numbers on the card and bypass the pin and stuff like that. Like, that's a big red flag in retail. Yeah, so if I had to guess, they probably just stole the cards and were trying to just drain all the money they could off the card. Anyway, on to the next one. The Tale of the Mysteriously Appearing Dog Kibble. I worked at a supermarket for most of my formative years. It was a joyous time of underpaid quasi-child labor, offset by the hookup and poor quality weed benefits from any environment filled with other bored teenagers. By the nature of me not being high all the time and showing up for most of the time, I advanced to the lofty role of junior bookkeeper, which allowed me access to the juicy store secrets and security video feeds. There, I learned of a mysterious plague affecting the store. Every few weeks, small quantities of kibble will be found hidden throughout the store. They were scattered behind products, in between shelves, between produce, etc., all over the store. This had been going on for months. The kibble would obviously invite pests, and the store management was going crazy trying to stop it. No one likes to shop in a store with visible mice, and the exterminator budget was growing. What made it tricky was that dog food was not going missing. The bags were huge and they're not easy to steal. The loss on other items from the store was not suspicious, except for slightly more meat going missing at our location than other comparable stores. Eventually, a sharp-eyed customer reported something to us. She saw a guy pushing a cart around the store and sneakily sprinkling kibble from his huge bag of dog food in various places. Management followed him on camera and saw him checking out normally. Loss prevention then stopped him and inspecting the shopping cart to find a bag of dog food half filled with kibble and half filled with fresh meat, steaks, sausages, etc. The dude got arrested, and we found out from some friendly cops that he was just supplementing his dog's diet. The guy wasn't poor, he could afford to buy anything, but he liked to treat his dog to fresh meat, and he got a thrill from stealing in a creative way. From what I remember, the thief didn't get into a lot of trouble. There was no proof of multiple thefts, so he only had to deal with the cost of the meat stolen in his last caper. This one stuck in my mind, much more so than the usual all meat is bananas if you're at self-checkout BS, and other minor and boring thievery. You know, I would never condone stealing anything, but that was pretty creative. I mean, emptying out half a dog bag, sprinkling it around the store, just so you can sneak in some sausages and some meat inside the dog food bag. I don't know, someone was pretty creative. Do you want the receipt? This is a very short story, but really funny encounter. I had worked at this convenience store for a few months now, and just gotten the hang of things, aka the register, cleaning, prepping for the next day, etc. But I'm still stressed because I really don't want to mess anything up, and in stressful situations I tend to autopilot dialogues like, "Hello, need anything else? Do you want the receipt? Have a good day," and sometimes I even repeat questions without realizing. So this day was like any other. I had a queue of about 5 people, and I tried to finish up everyone fast so I could prepare to clean the store, when this guy came up. Me, after scanning all of his stuff. "Will there be anything else?" Guy: No, thanks." I finish up the transaction and hear the telltale sound of a receipt printing out. Guy, while being absentmindedly, puts his card back in his wallet. "Do you want the receipt?" In the middle of grabbing the receipt and saying those exact words, look back at him, trying to figure out what just happened. He, the customer, had asked me, the cashier, if I wanted the receipt. He freezes up and slowly looks up from his wallet at me in horror. We stared at each other for a full second before I legit started to laugh. The guy went pale, grabbed his stuff, mumbled sorry, and went out of the store so fast I didn't have time to apologize for laughing. I feel bad, cause that moment really did make my day, and it felt good knowing that I'm not the only one autopiloting. Just too bad I made him feel super embarrassed. Yeah, working retail, asking the same questions over and over again all day. You get used to doing it, so the guy probably works retail himself and just was in that autopilot mode. Probably embarrassed him a little bit, but he'll get over it. Thanks again, Internet, for joining me on some Reddit stories. If you liked what you saw and you want to hear some more, go ahead and subscribe. Trying to get this channel growing. So share it with a friend and hit that thumbs up button if you actually like the video. But in any event, thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So until then, later, kids.